First of all, my name's Dave Page. I'm the sales manager with Southwest Ag Partners, and the first thing I want you to hear to come out of my mouth is thank you. I've been standing back there. It is hot, so we're only going to be 5 minutes, and I assure you, actually, when you go out there, you're going to feel this wonderful breeze. The weather just turned out perfect. It's a lot cooler there than it is in here. I've got just a couple of admin items I want to do before I invite you outside. So those of you that have a yellow shirt like this, would you please come on up here and congregate? And while I do that, I'm just going to handle a couple of things. Thank you. Thank you to you folks for making time during your day to come out and hear the message that we wanted to offer you. I'm going to ask for your help here again to Mark, to Marin, to Ken, to Peter. You've added a lot, obviously, to our day. And I think, importantly, to get our mindset to at least show some interest and also some desire to try and move agriculture ahead in the fashion that it needs to be moved ahead. We want to figure this out. We want to figure this out with you. I don't want Toronto, Ottawa, or God knows who to tell us how we have to figure this out. We want to do this together with you folks and with you folks as well. Folks, come on up here, please. Yep, I just want to introduce to you some of the key people that are going to be involved in a bunch of the research that Peter mentioned. You have to come up here too, Peter. On the research side, in particular, heading up the agronomy effort, Aaron Breimer leads our Veritas group, and he is heading up the agronomy team. I'll jump down again. Peter is our senior project agronomist, helping us on the research side of that again. Phil Cameron works in our Veritas group, and he really helps, pardon the pun, guide us, because he's the precision ag guy to make sure everything runs straight. Megan Coleman, she works on the Southwest Ag side of things, and she's kind of our agronomy coordinator as far as when the research projects start and even some of the preliminary work that we're doing. Somebody's got to gather all that stuff up, and I said to Megan earlier, if she didn't charge me with sexual harassment, I was going to give her a great big hug after we're done here, because she's been a really great help to us. And Mike Eaton is helping us a lot in coordinating the sales and marketing effort. And I would really say what you see here, Mike was here until 9:30 last night. He was back here at 5 o'clock this morning, etc., etc., etc. And we have a very passionate group of people, led by Rick and led by Paul, that really, really want to see this work and go down this path with you folks. So last couple of things I want to do. Number one, you hand me that bucket. Shake that up and pick a name out of there. Some of you, all of you, put your name in there for a draw. Michael Campbell. Oh, great. So Mike, if you come up and see me afterwards, we'll get you hooked up with an opportunity to experience some of what we're doing for sure. When we leave here, we actually want to invite you out as a group. We're going to start and run some strips, and together with Peter and the folks from Soil Warrior, we want to walk you through what you're seeing specifically, particularly because some of that didn't show up really well. We think it's better to experience that in person. So we'll invite you out there as we're laying down some strips and to just experience that a little bit more. Additionally, we'll give you some more information on pricing and programming and research information and how all of that works in the days to come, more one-on-one. But really, folks, I just want to again give you our sincere thanks on behalf of both Southwest Ag Partners and Veritas for taking the time to come and be with us this morning. We hope we've piqued your interest a little bit, and you might be willing to partner with us as we go down this path together. So thanks very much. And yeah, sure.
So the other, Margaret May's at the back there with the Glassy program.
Peter, yep, thank you.
And so if Glassy actually has some funding available for growers that you can talk to Margaret in terms of assessing your farm and also in terms of trying to move the bar forward. So Margaret is the expert on that. If you get a chance, you can ask her about that, because I think that's another really good part that it just meshes so well with what we've talked about this morning. So.
Yeah, actually, and part of the program we're offering that we'll put out to you actually will include one of the farmland health checkups through the Glassy program. So we can explain more to you about that specifically. And the other thing I was remiss in talking about, Adam is here from our friends at Delta Powered Equipment. They brought one example of, you heard Peter and some others talk about that. One example of some tools that are available if in the springtime you feel there's a need to freshen up strips or do things like that. Part of our commitment here is to understand what needs to happen. We're starting with soil work, we're starting with some research and some of the agronomy, but we know there's an evolution here, and part of that evolution we want to participate in, maybe with some other partners through that to make this viable for you folks, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Two last things. One, we're on the farm in particular of Melvin Pinnsoneault, so I want to thank him very much for you could even wave. So please, I probably don't need to say this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't. We're also all about safety. So as we go outside there, they're going to start running some strips. We really want you in the field. We want you to work with us and dig up strips and all that kind of stuff. People getting hurt is a horrendous amount of paperwork. Please stay away from the machine, obviously, as it's Thank you very much, and please join us. It wasn't